Hello, my name's Karen Marie Sullivan. Parents, everyone here who is committed to supporting exceptional children. I've had the privilege of working with young people in many different roles as a public school teacher across grade levels, a homeschool educator, a pre-college and transition guide, and as the parent of a now adult with ADHD. Each of those experiences has taught me something essential about how children grow, learn, and find their place in the world. Over the next 10 minutes, I want to give you a powerful, streamlined look at how parents fit into the advocacy process. Think of it as a 10-minute guide to understanding your role in helping your child claim the educational life and their place in society. This realization that your child may be different is an internal awareness all parents have. Parents observe how the children make eye contact, they navigate their physical spaces, their play spaces, how they follow directions. For other parents, maybe a pediatrician explained a health problem with your child that would be something they dealt with for a lifetime. As a parent of a young teenager with ADHD, the middle school conferences with my son's teachers finally helped me understand that he was struggling in school more than a little bit. These moments spark a deeper awareness. Neurodivergence is a non-medical term right now that we use to describe many neurological differences, from autism spectrum disorder to ADHD, dyslexia, and others. But the word divergent itself means differing, going in a different direction from a common point. You as parents are the common point. This is a good place to be in your child's life in order to advocate for them. Well, we can learn an awful lot from the history of these laws that, in fact, helped create a more level playing field for children with exceptional needs. And yes, it starts in 1975. I'll share resources at the end of this talk, but here's what matters most for you to know today. First, the federal law, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, called the IDEA, originally passed in 75, was reauthorized in 2004, and it is the law that requires schools to provide individualized educational programs. An individual educational program comes as the result of an assessment process to determine that a child in fact needs extra help. These services support eligible students from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. However, the American with Disabilities Act helps support young adults who go to both vocational schools and colleges. And the intention is to allow them to gain educational benefits equal to their same age peers by providing reasonable accommodations. And when they reauthorized the IDEA, they had elevated the idea that the parents are formally recognized as their child's strongest advocate and encouraged the law and strengthened the support that parents received in the role as advocate, thereby opening a way for parents to better participate with schools and in any capacity at any age level, including birth through third grade. Birth through 3 years old, all the way up until 22. Why parents' advocacy matters. As parents, you're not only supported in the IDEA, and a direct request is made for parents to get involved. You can also ask for the best services available to help them, and I'll give you some tips on the best way to approach that. In theory, all the resources are based on what your child needs in order to learn, but you have to also provide compelling reasons why your child needs to be assessed for possible services. So today I'll share resources for how you can learn to do just that, advocate for an education that fits and matters to your youth. And also, there is compelling research that shows that a child who gets extra help may, in fact, do 20 to 30% better in their schooling than they would without either an IEP or reasonable accommodation. So there is support, not only from the laws, but also in reality with what has happened with other people. A couple of points regarding how timelines work in special education identification in public schools. First off, a written request is made by the parent. You document everything, communicate with the school in writing, include dates on your writing, specific requests, and include some measurable goals that you have for your child. Keep a chronological file to track progress and any correspondence that comes from the school. You will receive, and it says in the laws that if you write this letter, you'll receive a prompt response from the schools. Prompt can be considered different in each state, but once the letter has been received and processed by the school, you would receive a prior written notice where they tell you exactly what their intentions are, and eventually an assessment plan is created, which is something that you would have a copy of. Gather evidence of what you believe your child needs to be able to do, and also what you feel they're struggling to do. Provide clear documentation of their current abilities, whether it's social or athletic, what they can do in the family, what your concerns are for their academics. And this helps the IEP team work with you to make informed decisions. Build your support network. Ask your trusted friends to help you track and reflect. You're becoming an investigator, gathering notes, observations, and gathering data. Assume good attentions from the part of the school staff, the teachers, the administrators. Prepare for the challenges. Prepare for delays and setbacks to the best of your ability, wherever you're at. Special education follows strict state and federal timelines, but your child's development follows a human timeline, which is far less predictable. So that's all I can say about it. Keep good records as well. And all of that is for one purpose. Many parents, they'll get intimidated by the laws or the unfamiliar terminology or even the decisions that schools make about their children. That reaction is completely understandable, because here's the truth. No one knows your child better than you do. And even when the process feels overwhelming, parents and educators can learn to work as allies. When you learn to speak on behalf of your child's best educational life, you're not just advocating for services, you're helping them find their unique place in society where they belong. This is a worthy endeavor, worthy goal. And here's the good news. This is empowering news. Every single state has at least one parent training and information center dedicated to supporting families like ours. These centers are packed with resources. They would have teaching videos, clear guidance on every part of educating children with disabilities, and even opportunities to talk directly with trained advocates. The example you see here is FACT Oregon, an organization that just overflows with practical tools and even access to professional advocates who can walk with you through the process. It is true that different resources would be available depending upon your particular needs. The exceptional nature of your child's illnesses, that may be in fact true, but please do not believe that there is not resources out there for you to take advantage of. When you learn something powerful from these resources, share it. Share it with other parents, send it to your child's teacher, your case manager, even your principal. We're not meant to navigate this alone. When parents learn together and stand together, the children benefit. Stay connected, stay curious, and don't be shy about using every resource available to you. Even if there's only one in the state, it was created for you to use. And finally, I just really like to thank you so much for your time and attention. I hope that you'll feel empowered to share your own advocacy journey with not only other adults, but eventually your children, so they can grow with the skills and confidence they need to navigate their world. If you want more information, or if something we discussed today sparks a question later, please feel free to reach out. I'm always glad to connect. And here are a lot of resources included which you'll have access to. You also could find some of the things that I'm talking about and further information here for you to explore at your own pace. Thanks again.